Rahul Gandhi's comments on unemployment in India have created an uproar. BJP's Pradeep Bhandari has hit out at him over his remarks and said Rahul is eager to bat for China and has a habit of insulting India. Bhandari's statements have, of course, come in as a response to Rahul Gandhi, who in the US, the West and India have an unemployment problem, but many countries such as China do not have an employment problem.
Please, not everywhere on the planet has an employment problem. Okay, the West has an employment problem. India has an employment problem. But there are many countries in the world that don't really have an employment problem. China certainly doesn't have an employment problem. Vietnam doesn't have an employment problem. So there are places on the planet that are not struggling with unemployment. There's a reason. If you look at the United States, in the 1940s, 50s and 60s, they were the center of global production. Anything that was made, cars, washing machines, TVs, all made in the United States. Production moved from the United States, it went to Korea, it went to Japan, eventually it went to China. And if you look today, China is dominating global production. You go to India, you look at the phones, you look at the furniture, you look at clothes, you see on the back, made in China. That's a fact, right? So what has happened? The West, America, Europe, India, has given up on the idea of production. And they've handed it to China.
And Devata, Rahul Gandhi is so eager to bat for China and he has a habit of insulting India. The world is aware of a 17% youth unemployment rate in China as of August 2024. So the question is it because of his MOU with the Communist Party of China that he always bats for China and does not bat for India? Rahul does not stop here. He attacks the Indian legal system just because he's out on bail. He predicts social tension in India just because it is his strategy of divide and rule. Mr. Sam Petroda says he's no longer the Pappu. He's become very, very evil now because all his statements reflect falsehood against India. All his statements reflect a man who wants to divide the society and a man who wants to bat for the Chinese. He insults the Hindu Dev and Devata by saying that it does not mean God. This is why the India Alliance always is against Sanatana.
Pradeep Bhandari, BJP national spokesperson, in fact, is joining us now on the broadcast. Pradeep, thank you for being with us today. Why do you believe and why does your party believe that these latest statements by Rahul Gandhi are sowing division within India and also are insulting of India and Hinduism?
There are three principles why we say that. A, Rahul Gandhi goes ahead and claims that China is the model to be followed and China is not suffering from any unemployment crisis. The reality, as per the unemployment figures, is that there is a 17% unemployment crisis among the youth in China. The question that we are asking is, this is not for the first time. If you remember in the past also, Rahul Gandhi is batted for the Chinese at critical moments. He stood with China, not stood with India. So our question is, why is he spreading falsehoods with respect to the numbers on the employment figures? Point number two, he says that Devta does not mean, in Hindu dharma, Devta does not mean God. This is not for the first time that any leader from the India Alliance has said this. If you remember, his alliance partner during the time of Lok Sabha elections called Sanatana as dengue, malaria, AIDS. So we question, why is Rahul Gandhi against Sanatan, which is followed by crores of people in India, which is the culture of Bharat. And three, he predicts in his one of his speeches where he says that there can be social tensions in India. We ask that, is Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party planning something big? Because their entire model is to divide the Hindu society, to create caste and to create divisions between different communities. And they've done it in the past. And this is why we believe that this is sinister, this is evil.
Yes, but Pradeep, obviously Rahul Gandhi continues on this pitch because he believes that the caste pitch is working. He also believes that the issue of employment is working for the opposition against the central government.
Well, Rahul can live in his own la la land. The reality is, and the question we ask is, what is the logic of talking about caste in a foreign soil in the United States of America? This is where we foresee and we in fact charge that the intentions of Rahul Gandhi is evil domestic boundaries are there to do domestic politics. Foreign land is not to do with domestic politics. On the contrary, we ask a similar question. Do you see any US president or United States of America, any leader of the House of Representatives coming to India and speaking about their domestic policy? We do not see that. So is Rahul Gandhi trying to ask help from United States, from powers abroad in order to further his political motives? This is our charge.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.